This is officially day 2 of me inviting Brandon Aiyuk onto the show. What's up? This is Huddle Up. We're your hosts, Grant Cohn, Maj Sports, Brandon Deutsch, and it's the bye week, so we're messing around, and I had an idea for like some great content this week. Wouldn't it be cool if Brandon Aiyuk came on my channel and told us his side of the story, if there is one, and dished on what's really going on behind the scenes in this organization? Because it seems like there's drama that the team is doing a good job of not letting go public. Here's my take on it. I'd love to get your take. I'm not absolving Brandon of anything. It seemed like the Niners let him sort of hang himself because he's not contesting this. But here's what doesn't add up about their story. They keep saying, we want Brandon. We value Brandon. He makes us a better football team when he's on the field. We just had no choice. What he did was so egregious. We literally had no choice, but we still want him, and we hope and pray that he'll be on the field this weekend. Do you buy that? I don't think they wanted Brandon anymore. I don't think they wanted his contract anymore. I think they tried to trade him. They couldn't. And they figured out this way to get out of it. And in the meantime, they also made him look like the bad guy when I feel like this is just business. I don't know. Maybe I'm like a defense attorney at heart, but I like this case for Brandon. I want to represent him. What do you guys think? Does he have a story? Does he have a side to this story?
So wait, Grant, you're on Aiyuk's side now, kind of.
I'm trying to put myself on Aiyuk's side, although I don't know what he did, so I can't really defend him. I just feel like if all he did was not go to some rehab assignments with the Niners, I feel like a lot of players do that. A lot of players are not around the facility in the offseason. We're talking June. They have their own teams, their own doctors, their own special second opinions. I mean, didn't Christian McCaffrey, he went to Germany because he didn't trust the 49ers doctors. They cleared him week 1. His doctors cleared him for week 10. So maybe Brandon was like, answering the phone being like, fuck you, and then like hanging it up. But I still don't understand what he did that was just like so unforgivable. And here they are now with a pretty plotting offense. They could use him. He's healthy, but he's never going to play for them again.
Yeah, I think it's a twofold issue. I think Brandon was probably, acting in a way that the 49ers did not like. And I think that's been evident in, what the media has reported, obviously the videos of the shorts and everything for years. Yeah. And, he's a wide receiver. At heart, he's a diva. Most of them are. I mean, that's just a fact. It's probably why Juwan Jennings is,
I mean, you guys saw George Pickens last night. That was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a guy the Niners tried to get, remember, in that Steelers trade.
Imagine.
Yeah, that would have been great and not great at the same time. That would have been great for on the field, horrible for the locker room. Imagine him and Brock Purdy together having dinner.
Imagine him and Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah. But I can see, Grant, I can see why. Obviously, there's a disconnect between the front office and Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan knows Brock Purdy has nobody right now to beat man coverage. And Brock Purdy's passer rating is almost perfect throughout his career. He's like one of the highest in the league against zone coverage. He's horrible against man coverage. And defenses are now playing more man coverage the last few years, right? So, if you don't have it, because they don't have a guy to beat it right now. Pearsall can't beat it right now. Maybe he's not fully healthy yet. Brock Purdy doesn't have the arm. But Brandon Aiyuk's separation metrics were top in the league. So, from Kyle's perspective, he's like, look, we have a team that is going to make the playoffs, most likely, could make a run. Defense is clicking on all cylinders. We need a guy to beat man coverage. So he's like, I want Brandon back now. And obviously, Kyle was also the guy who went up to Lynch's office, was like, don't make the trade. We're signing Brandon Aiyuk. We came to an agreement. And so now I think there's obviously some animosity between Lynch and Shanahan in terms of Brandon Aiyuk. That's just my perspective. I'm not there. Obviously, Grant, you cover the team. I am not in the facility, but that is from the outside looking in what I think is going on. John Lynch wants nothing to do with Aiyuk, never wants him to play again. Even though in that interview he said, perhaps, and Kyle does want him to play because he wants to win a Super Bowl.
I don't understand. I don't understand. This whole situation is confusing because 1 week it feels like they're on good terms with Aiyuk, and then the next it's like, okay, we don't want him anymore. It's just I feel like the Niners
just talking out of both sides of their mouth, right? It's like we want Brandon.
Yeah,
we just won't give him his money.
They're not making up their mind. They're just going back and forth. Just make a decision and make it. Stop saying, oh, we want him back. Just say, you know what? He's not playing for the rest of the year. They keep doing this like, oh, maybe he's going to come back. But we all know he's not coming back. So why aren't they just saying, you know what, guys? He's not playing for the rest of the year. It makes no sense to me. They're just dragging this shit on.
Because it seems like they can't make it. They're insinuating that this is like a moral decision and that Brandon just doesn't fit their locker room anymore. But to me, this is a business decision. They paid Brock. They didn't really want to pay Aiyuk. It's a lot of extra money. They want to get that off the books. It's mostly a business decision. And then also maybe his knee is wrecked and we don't think he's going to be good anymore. So let's get out from under this right now. I think those are the two biggest things. Although I don't know, maybe he comes back and he's great.
I mean, the worst thing is he plays on another team and dominates, right? Like then you look like an idiot. Then you're like, okay, well.
Actually, no, I don't think you look like much of an idiot because he's such a diva. You guys are just talking about George Pickens. George Pickens is great, but
Pickens is a much bigger diva than Aiyuk.
But not just that. I think
I don't know.
The thing is Grant is right in the sense where we've only seen one side of the story for this. Like the Niners side is being reported, making Aiyuk look like the bad guy, right? Like Bosa, like Grant tweeted about this yesterday. Bosa's doing rehab outside the facility, like McCaffrey did. Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, Bosa spends his whole offseason away from the facility. And the Niners are like, we trust you. We like you.
It's maybe because
what's the difference?
It's maybe because Bosa actually says something. Hey guys, I'm gonna be here. I feel like Ayuk's the type of guy, he doesn't say anything. And that I feel like that's a problem. Like you should let your coaches know, hey, I'm gonna be here. Hey, I'm gonna be here. That's probably what Bosa does. I 1000% think Aiyuk is just like, you know what, I'm gonna go here. I don't care. Like I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Okay, so he's been non-communicative. He's been rude. We're gonna put our foot down and say we don't take that kind of talk, that kind of behavior from you. It's a behavioral issue. Okay, well, wouldn't you feel a lot more confident, a lot more like bullish on this team's Super Bowl chances if Brandon Aiyuk was coming back right now?
Absolutely.
And if and when they ultimately fall short, you could point to that and be like, well, maybe if you had your number one wide receiver, you might have actually gotten over the hump.
I feel like if Aiyuk came back right now, I don't think he'd be what everyone is saying, like this really good wide receiver. We saw him play those first, 6 weeks without training camp and preseason. He was terrible. He had one good game against the Cardinals, and that's it. All those other games, he was running cardio. He literally, we would have had 2 Ricky Pearsalls just running cardio. That's what we would have had.
Just with his presence out there and his speed and his ability to separate.
Is he going to have the same speed though?
Dynamics of how defenses would play a Kyle Shanahan offense, right?
But is he going to have that same speed though?
Coverage right now.
Is he going to have that same speed though? He tore his knee got absolutely obliterated. There's no way he's going to
be faster than Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings is not that fast.
Brandon Aiyuk could run backwards faster than Juwan Jennings.
Grant could run faster than Juwan.
Great contested.
I mean, Lynch keeps saying it, right? We're better with him on the field. Yeah, you are better with him on the field. And the reason he's not is because you wanted to take that contract back. Okay. Well, why did you want to take the contract back? Because you paid Brock. Well, was that a good decision? Was that super necessary? We'll talk about that later. But to me, this is all business, man. And when they try to make Brandon look like the bad guy, that's why I want to step in and be like, Brandon, let's get your story out there. But you know what? He's not going to get back to me, and he's not going to talk. And I think I understand why. Not even from his perspective, but from his agent's perspective. Just say nothing. The Niners are trying to bait you into being disgruntled, and they probably expect you to go on a podcast like this one or The Pivot and be immature and say things that make you look bad. So just say nothing. You know the Commanders like you. You know Adam Peters knows you. Just waltz right over to Washington when the time comes. I bet you that's the plan.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. I mean, they're perfect.
Brandon, if you want to mess up that plan, come on my show. You want to?
Dude, that would be, oh my God, Grant, imagine that stream would do numbers, dude. That like
cool. So what is this organization really like? What's it like if you're not in the Cabo clique, Brandon? How do you get treated?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
If you're not one of the favorite sons of this guy.
That's another thing, right? Like his wife is not liked by the other 49ers wags, quote unquote, right? Like that's another
and it seems like it's a very wag clicky team. Like you got to have a whole, it's like couples dating. I don't know.
It seems like
double
if Kittle's
dates.
wife doesn't like you, and
you're out. If Kittle's wife doesn't like you, you're in trouble.
Doesn't like you, you're screwed.
Isn't that kind of ridiculous? But that's sort of the culture that the Niners have here, because some of these players have been here for about a decade, which is kind of unprecedented.
That's the only reason.
Kim says the Canadians. What's up? Only one Canadian.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Maybe I mean,
What
look, I
up?
can be an honorary Canadian if you want me to. I do believe in some. We need some free healthcare, some more free healthcare.
Let's keep going with the wide receivers before we get to Brock. So Shelby Harris really doesn't like Jawan Jennings, and he came out after the game and he had this like very emotional like
Yeah.
called him a name, and then he said that like you should never talk to another man like that. And I was like, what could he have possibly said? So Shelby went on a podcast and kept talking about it, which I think is kind of
Weird.
funny. And he's like, yeah, he just brought up people's wives and kids. It's like, okay, I mean, that's kind of what trash talking is all about. Anyway,
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the interaction now that Shelby said what Jawan said?
I don't know if did you guys see that? I don't know whose podcast it was. It was I don't know. I don't know if you guys saw it, but this one guy's like, this is what happens in football. Like people trash talk, and if you can't take it on the chin, then what are you doing? Like, I don't know. Like I played sports. Yeah, I never talked about someone's mom, but I trash talk. Like
Do you remember the 06 World Cup finals?
06, yeah, I was 1 year old.
Remember that Italian dude started talking trash to what's his face and got him to Zidane, and he like headbutted the dude who got thrown out. Zidane, not the dude who said something about his whatever.
Yes,
I feel like Shelby's being soft, and here's why I say that. Like, dude, Jawan Jennings is looking for every competitive advantage he possibly can. Michael Jordan did
he runs a 4.8
in the NBA.
Exactly.
Like Michael Jordan and Larry Bird used to talk mad shit to other players and to each other. Like, oh, your girlfriend, like she was with me last night or some shit like that. Or your mom, she was with me last. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit happens all the time, dude. Like, if you played sports, like like everyone's trying to get into each other's head. And after the game, they're all buddy typically. Like all Jawan Jennings is trying to do is get a competitive advantage. Obviously, he got a competitive advantage over Shelby. So like, I mean, Jawan's always been a guy who's going to stand up for his teammates and going to, go into people's faces and be hard nosed and be this kind of like, agitator. But I feel like that's a plus. Like, I don't know, man. Like they can go have that celebrity UFC boxing match or whatever after the season if they want. Like,
I don't understand. What do you think he like? If you think of every possible thing that he could have said, it's not actually. It's bad, of course. Like, yeah, you don't just say that randomly out and about. But in a sports setting, people usually say that. So I don't know. He must have said something like maybe he crossed the line, but I don't really know. Like, I don't
remember Feliciano said Jalen Carter said he would kill his family or something.
Yes,
didn't he say something like that.
Yeah, I think.
By the way, we could use Feliciano. I don't know why he was never re-signed. Like, he can play center.
People say things that you really shouldn't say, but to me, it's like, okay, you have an issue man to man with what he said to you. Guess what? You guys play football. You're in a football game. You can hit him legal. You can assault Jawan Jennings legally, and not just one of you, man. 11 of you on one guy. Every play he gets the ball. So whilst you do that, instead of complaining twice,
that thing too. That guy didn't. The Shelby, he didn't do shit. He didn't do anything about it.
Hit him.
If you're gonna let a guy trash talk you about, let's say Jawan was trash talking about his mom. Well, guess what? You didn't do shit, and you let Jawan trash talk about your mom. You should feel ashamed of yourself.
He runs a 4.8. He's not going anywhere.
No, he's not.
I don't understand. It just seems like the Browns it's like they were rude to us. It's like, yeah, because you guys suck. And you lose every week, and you seem to be cool with it. Like Myles Garrett doesn't seem to give two shits about losing every week. You heard him mic'd up. He was like, "Hey, girl, hey George, how you doing? Oh, you're the best. Oh, thanks, man. You think I get a sack today? That's all you care about."
Sounds like George Kittle in the Super Bowl on the fumble.
Yeah. So they were just trying to have a nice day at the office without like people giving them shit for losing. And Jawan came in and rubbed in their faces, and they're like, "Hey, wait a second. We're just rolling over and giving you the game. Be nice about it." George is being nice. It's like,
I wanted to ask you guys a question on that because Jawan Jennings obviously wanted to command $20 million a year. We know he's a good blocker, but let's be real. He doesn't deserve more than $10 million a year from anybody. Let's call a spade. Okay. He's 4'8" guy, like contested catch, not that fast. What do the Niners do if they just let Jennings walk and they don't have Aiyuk next year? And Ricky Pearsall and Jordan Watkins are your top two receivers.
That's why I think they bring back Jennings. That's why I think they bring back Jennings, even though you could make 10 arguments for why they shouldn't. And I don't think they should, but it's Kyle. And look at how Ricky Pearsall's been anything but the answer. I mean, does he really feel confident that he can just draft a guy? I don't know, because he doesn't even like rookies.
No,
I don't think he feels he's going to get a plug and play guy. He'd have to take him in round one. Who knows how high up in round 1 they'll be drafting? I think Juwan's coming back. Kyle always leans on the players who know his system, that he knows and that know him.
Which is so weird.
So he could give Kendrick Bourne a stipend in his contract for next year, bring him back, make it 1,000 yards that he get, and then pull him at 900.
This feels like the quarterback situation all over again. Like, hey man, you don't have to spend all this money on this wide receiver because this wide receiver over here does the same thing for way cheaper. But
by the way, we were thinking about you on that play, Kendrick Bourne. He was in bounds, by the way.
He was. He looked like
challenge it because then he would have hit his stipend for.
He was so in bounds. Both feet went down too. I was like, oh my god, catch!
Like, oh yeah, Grant's right. They're not going to challenge.
I don't understand why they went away from him. Like, he's been one of their better players this season.
Isn't he the only wide receiver? Isn't he the only wide receiver on the Niners this year to have like 100+ yards in a game, like consecutively?
Yeah. Yes.
He had 140, 140.
Who's that quarterback in that game?
Mac Jones. So that's another thing too.
That's why they benched his ass too. They're like, you're going to give him more money. We're benching you too. You're going to make more money.
Quarterback rating when targeted this season: Kendrick Bourne, 99. Juwan Jennings, 67. Ricky Pearsall, 55. How do you not have Kendrick Bourne in the game? And it doesn't matter because you've won 3 in a row, but once you lose one freaking game and you score 19 points, I'm on you. I'm on you for that. How do you do that? Not to mention Jake Tonjes, man, when he gets targeted, quarterback rating 129. 129 for Jake.
Tonjes is a dog. I'm actually pissed we don't use them. It's so stupid.
They should be using, you know what they should be doing? You know how the Browns use Njoku and Fannin a lot?
Yes.
Like, why don't we just use Tonjes and Kittle and have them?
Because Juszczyk has to play.
And we have to make Juszczyk's wife happy.
That's why I talk about him. I'm like, man, not to single him out, but like, why is he on the field so much? You could get base defenses on the field with Tonjes out there too, and he's a bigger threat.
It's because of the locker room. Like, he's a leader, I guess. Like, you know, his wife is friends with everybody. Like, they needed to bring.
That's what I don't like about this team
culture.
That's what I don't like about this culture, man. Like, they're such a good team, but things like this get in the way of them being as good as they could be.
But hey, how about your boy Alvin Collins, by the way? Dude's a baller, actually. They might actually hit on that pick.
Yeah.
Thank God. One of them.
He might be a better player than Michael Williams. We'll see what Michael does when he comes back.
He's better than Kinlaw ever was.
Yes, he was. All day, every day. Kim says, you mean the Anglo-Saxon clique. You said it. Dazza says, BA has been childish/immature, but the Niners have hardly shown they truly want and value BA since they drafted him. Most teams in the league have diva wide receivers. I agree with all that. Yes, he's been childish and immature for sure. But I don't think they ever really liked him, his personality, going back to when he was in the doghouse in 2021. Joshua says, before BA got signed, he sat out and didn't honor his contract. What's the difference? Need to stop holdouts. Yeah. Create the precedent. Keeps happening. All right. Here's the thing with Brock Purdy. His fans are so sensitive. Anytime you bring up criticism, they're like, so you're saying he sucks? So you're saying you hate him? You hate Brock Purdy. It's like, no one thinks Brock Purdy sucks. No one hates Brock Purdy. Everyone thinks he's good. The problem is that a lot of people feel he's not worth $53 million a year, not close to it. And a lot of people feel that Mac Jones kind of just proved it. And by giving him all that money, how many players did you have to get rid of? Debo, Aiyuk, Greenlaw, Hufanga, Travarius Ward. I mean, was it worth it? Was it really worth it?
I think
you guys know.
I think getting rid of Debo was great. He's not good. I agree. I feel like I understand why people criticize Brock, and if you genuinely think he's worth $53 million, then you're stupid. No quarterback. There's probably a couple quarterbacks worth that amount, but there's some Brock Purdy haters, and I see them on Twitter. It's like their whole page is just tweeting about Purdy. Tyler LaRocca. Like, their whole page is just, it's literally just Brock Purdy, that like they wake up and they just tweet, and it just is like, you can kind of see how people can view that as you hate the guy just because your whole Twitter page is just filled about Brock Purdy. So I can see
a UFC fight between you two.
Dude, no, Tyler's just dude. I was beefing that guy.
He has a cat. I'd be careful.
Because his whole Twitter page is just like everyone, just the Brock Purdy haters are just, that's their whole Twitter. It's just about Purdy. It's like, it's a team game. I understand we paid a quarterback $53 million, but guess what? We did it. Move on. There's nothing you can do about it now. There's nothing.
I have two things on that. First of all, I can't hate on Tyler for engagement baiting about Brock Purdy. Like, he's trying to make his money.
That's what he does. He just rage baits me.
Whatever. If that's his prerogative,
but it's because the Brock Purdy fans are so sensitive. I feel like if they're going to clutch their pearls anytime anyone says anything about his contract, then you're going to get 100%. People like me and Tyler be like, "Hey, guess what? It's 8 a.m. on a Wednesday, and I'm going to remind you."
Grant, no one will admit it, but you're fair about Brock Purdy. You have called him a good quarterback. You have, and because
I said he's a good quarterback, and you're like, do
it. Yeah, because they expect you to call him a superstar. But the fact of the matter is, the last year and a half, he's been injured. He's thrown a bazillion interceptions. His passer rating's down. Not much, because if you play in Kyle's system, your passer rating's always going to be top 10 to 15. That's not like a question. But that Mac Jones page keeps retweeting when I like say something like, you know which one I'm talking about? The guy that like
yes, dude.
Yes,
he's literally he was under my thing. I'm like, bro, you're literally a Patriots fan. What are you doing? Focus on your team.
But he retweeted something I said that I think is the number one point of this conversation, and Brock Purdy fans don't want to admit it. I would rather have. No one's denying Brock is a good quarterback. Of course he is. Everybody that watches football knows he is good anticipation thrower, good processor, has a weak arm, which sometimes leads to interceptions, right? Doesn't throw it hard enough. That's why Stafford's interceptions get dropped a lot. That's another conversation. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is Mac Jones for $7 to $10 million in building the rest of the team, and maybe you get a slight drop off, but even if there is a drop off of all, is much better than having Brock Purdy for $53 million a year. And I think the Niners paid him not because they loved him, but because they were scared of the fans rioting because they treat this guy like he's Stephen frickin' Curry.
Yeah, and you know who the Pied Piper behind that is? Lombardi. And he does this stuff where he'll be like, anyone who knows advanced stats understands that Brock's been the most efficient quarterback in the league since 2022. It's like, so what are you saying? You're saying that Brock's the best quarterback in football? Is that what you're insinuating? Because he's not. But the Niners acted for a while like he is. Like if you really know ball, then you understand that Brock's elevating this. Like, no, he's not. He's good, but he's not elevating this. And if you take away a bunch of good starters, the team's going to feel that loss. He can't make up for that.
But Grant, I feel like that's every team though. If you take away a lot of starters from any team, I feel like they would plummet.
Yeah.
Except for teams that maybe have the best quarterbacks of all time. And even then, Patrick Mahomes might not make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, because his defense is horrible. They have no pass rush. And they have to put up 30 a game. Like the Cowboys, Dak Prescott is a top 5 quarterback right now, but he'll get criticized because his defense is horrible. He's first in QBR, first in passing yards. You know what I mean? That was similar to Purdy, because Dak has George and CD, right? Purdy's MVP type year before the Ravens game, he would have won MVP. Yeah, he had Aiyuk, who could beat man coverage, still prime Kittle, a prime Christian
Debo was a home run hitter. I mean,
Debo was great that year. That was by far, in fact, I'll argue this till the day I die. Besides the New England Patriots that were undefeated and lost the Super Bowl, that was the best team to not win a Super Bowl that I've seen in a single season.
I agree. And here's the thing.
That team could have won easily.
Too, like, his best thing that he does is get out of the pocket, extend the play, throw it down the field. That's the best thing he does. But in 2023, when he did that, that could be a 40-yard touchdown to Brandon Aiyuk. When he does it now, it's a 15-yard completion to Juwan Jennings. And if he tries to push it, it's a pick. So, I mean, the fact that they gave him all that money means that they're not going to be spending on wide receivers in the foreseeable future. And he's the kind of quarterback who needs, I mean, every quarterback does, but he needs 2 really good ones. And he has none right now. And that means that every pass is a check down to Christian McCaffrey or a pass over the middle to George Kittle, who gets tackled by 3 people.
Which is more the reason to use Kendrick Bourne.
Yes.
That goes back to our point. Someone who can actually get open and is good with the ball in his hands. He's a perfect 49er. After he catches it, he's great yards after the catch, like Juwan Jennings. I just don't get it. They keep using Juwan Jennings like he's the second coming of Christ. And I like Juwan Jennings. But dude, you're telling me Kendrick Bourne can't do exactly what Juwan Jennings is doing?
I also really want to see Jordan Watkins, man. I feel bad for the guy.
He could probably beat man coverage, but I guarantee you he doesn't know how to block. That's why he's not playing. That's probably it.
Which is sad. Jordan James too.
I just feel like in 2023 was the best team that Kyle Shanahan's put together. It's one of the best teams to not win a Super Bowl. And the blueprint for that team, which made it so much better than most other teams, is that instead of spending on a quarterback, spend on all the other weapons. Have 2 really good wide receivers. Have a really good tight end. Have a really good running back. then and have a really good system and a really good play caller, then it's like any good starter is going to look amazing. And you'd have to be a bum to look bad. Jimmy looked good in those surroundings. Brock looked better because he is better. But I mean, you put 25 quarterbacks in that situation. You look, Mac Jones looks good. So it's easier to me to keep that kind of a team together than, all right, pay one guy, this quarterback, a hell of money, and then draft really well for 4 years in a row. Like, when have you ever done that?
And that's going to continue to become the issue because, one, remember, Grant, in 23, they still had offensive line issues, and that's what lost them inevitably the Super Bowl. Burford missed the block on Chris Jones, whatever. I mean, we that's still a problem. But now not only is the line a problem, you have no wide receivers either.
You have no linebackers. You have no
because you're paying the
line.
quarterback $53 million starting next year, right?
Plus, your offense is not explosive, and yet your quarterback is super expensive.
So they're going to be. So Kyle will get you into the playoffs if guys are healthy because he's a great coach. But like, you're never going to win a Super Bowl unless you have good offense, good trench play, and they finally started drafting D linemen. But they need 2 more drafts to really.
They need Ricky Pearsall to be Odell Beckham Jr.
Yes,
and then they need to draft another wide receiver who's as good or better.
Yeah, but Kyle won't play him next year as a rook.
No, nope.
So it doesn't matter.
So like maybe in 2028, this team will be rolling.
Maybe.
Can't wait. 2028.
All right, so hold on. We're bye week. We got 4 weeks left. The Niners are 9-4. They're probably going to be 10-4 next week. They'd have to find a way to lose to the Titans. What is your biggest concern for this team moving forward? Like, if they don't win the Super Bowl, this will be why. Considering there's really no juggernaut team out there that like some like clear-cut favorite this year.
I don't
what's their biggest problem?
It's just
glaring weakness.
I think our secondary has been good with Jai. I would have said secondary a couple weeks ago, but Jai Brown's actually looked not bad. Malik Mustafa looks good. Our cornerbacks don't look bad. I still think it's our defensive line and offensive line. Like I still think it's our offensive line. I still think we need a left guard. Ben Barch, this guy, I literally said he was ass. This guy gets injured every single game. We need a left guard. We need a center. And I think we would be honestly, and a wide receiver. Actually, no, I think our biggest concern right now is wide receiver because we don't have any. We have Pearsall.
What I'm hearing is our biggest concern is like 4 different positions.
Yeah, it took you a while to get there.
I was going through my head. I was like, no, we need this. No, we actually also and we need that as well. I think offensive line, defensive line, wide receiver.
I think you gotta like the teams that win Super Bowls every year. Every single Super Bowl champion in the last 10 years has been top 8 in average scoring margin or point differential. The Niners are like 12th or 13th, right? They're kind of still middle of the pack. You want to see them dominate the Titans to try and move up so they can fit that qualifying thing. And sure, there's some like anomalies that happen in football, but that's kind of a stat that you need to be in. Like you need to dominate teams. In 23, they were killing teams. I still think their biggest problem, though, they have the 25th ranked pass defense in the league. Still, they're giving up 232 passing yards alone per game. Before the last 2 weeks, they were giving up 302 passing yards per game for a 3-week span, which was the worst in football. I still think that could come back to bite them. And like Grant said, they have no explosive plays. I'm less worried about the O-line. I actually think their O-line's playing very well right now, which is shocking to me.
Yeah.
Maybe it won't play well against Denver.
You know what the average passer rating is against the Niners this season?
What is
101.
That's bad.
101.
I mean,
that's 27.
Great passer rating, bad for the 49ers.
Like Cincinnati has a better pass defense. The Saints have a better pass. The Giants, the Raiders, 96.2 they're giving up this year. The Niners are at 101. They're down there with the Jets and the Titans and the Dolphins and the Yikes.
Yeah.
And that's with a good secondary.
Exactly. And Jair Brown's playing great. Like Mustafa's playing great. I'm less worried about letting Hufanga go because, Hufanga's an all-pro this year. Probably makes all-pro first team at safety, but like, or second, if it's Kyle Hamilton.
But I mean, they played well the last 3 weeks, but like name one good receiver they faced the last 3 weeks. They faced Tat McMillan, but that was it. They faced Michael Wilson and Harold Fannin.
Yeah, Michael Wilson's good. Stanford legend. I like Michael Wilson, but like, yeah, you're right.
It gets a lot tougher than that down the
they're going to
be a lot worse than that in the playoffs.
And Devontae Adams, or at worst, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At worst.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that the Niners can't cover really a tight. I mean, even Harold Fannin got off on them.
Well, that's because did you see they called the exact same play? They watched film of the Rams game and called the exact same freaking play wherein Luke Gifford fell at almost the same exact spot that he did
That's
against
so bad.
against Fannin. That is crazy to me. As a defense, like, why is Gifford out there, man? I don't even care.
I don't know who's worse, Gifford or Birch.
Luke Gifford is a huge problem. They can't stop a screen pass.
No.
Oh,
no. They get I'm surprised teams aren't calling more screen passes. They get 8 yards every play. The Niners, one good thing is they can stop the run, it looks like, at a decently high level.
Alfred Collins.
Yeah, but if you
Cleveland
give
Farrell.
good quarterbacks
Yeah.
time to pass, and they haven't really played good quarterbacks in weeks.
Look what Stafford did.
To them. Yeah, look at what Stafford did to them. He dominated them. Dominated.
It looked like prime Steve Young. It was just like 42 points easy.
Yeah, but the Panthers were able to pick him twice, and get a fumble.
It's crazy. That game was so stupid.
So we'll see. Like, what does it look like when Daniel Jones faces him? What does it look like when Caleb Williams faces him? Because those guys are like B, C level quarterbacks. It gets a lot tougher than that.
To win. I think Darnold's is a B or C level quarterback too, like masqueraded as like a.
And Jones has his fibula. Jones is like his leg is screwed up. So like if we lose that game, that'll be bad.
That's the game they would lose, right? Because it's on the road. And it's a Monday night game. They're probably coming off of a big win, right? Like, and they won't be prepared. They'll already have 10 wins. You know what I mean? That's like a prototypical trap game. Colts are going to need that win way more than the 49ers.
It's just Jones can't move. If you lose to a guy that literally can barely move, then that's a problem.
I'm more confident about them beating the Bears and Seahawks than Indianapolis.
I'm going to bring up the elephant in the room, though. You guys were real diplomatic with this one, talking about the defense. And maybe it is, and maybe it's the explosives. Those are. No one's mentioned this yet, and I feel like it's obvious. Yeah, the defense might not be good enough, but Salah's really good, and he has a good job of like bending but not breaking. I'm really concerned about Brock and his turnovers. I mean, if he throws 2 picks in a playoff game and they lose, he'll be the reason. And he's had a lot of games like that recently. So just because he was super cautious against Cleveland, that's easy to be cautious when other quarterbacks Shedeur Sanders. But if you're going up against Matthew Stafford in the playoffs, man, you can't play like that. You're going to have to take some chances to push it down the field. And I don't know if he can do that anymore. We'll see.
Step in the right direction, though. He didn't throw
it's not even really Brock's
away 7 times.
Like the thing is like it is Brock's fault, but also like you're not giving him a receiver to like I kind of feel bad for him because what is he supposed to do? Like, Juwan Jennings kills me about the
Mac Jones criticism was like, well, yeah, he completed 33 of 39, but he's not really pushing it down the field.
To who? Who's going to be beating man coverage?
You really think Brock's going to push it down the field to the other team and then he's going to stop? You know what I mean?
I mean, dude, the Niners, the only way they win a Super Bowl is it's got to be ugly wins. Like, and they barely win every game. Like, that's the only way they can win. And that would have to happen 4 times in a row for them to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. They're averaging less than 5 yards per play since Brock came back, but they're like grinding out third downs and getting incredible field position from Sky Moore that no one notices. I mean, yeah, they're averaging 4.7 yards per play, but they're starting at the 30, so who cares? That's not sustainable.
Well, at least they're special. Like, look, I mean, that's the difference with this team. People think there's a
finally
difference between last year and this year's team. The 2 differences are Saleh and the special teams. That is the difference of 4 or 5
wins. Is there no way to get Sky more involved on offense? I mean,
damn. Like he's
get him like a screen or an end around. I feel like he's running with the kind of like toughness and power and speed that kind of Debo used to run with.
They'd rather give it to Demarcus Robinson. And I'm like, dude, Demarcus Robinson's like, look, with all due respect, better football player than me. He's not better than any receiver that's been playing on the 49ers.
Or they'll give like a jet sweep to Ricky Pearsall. Like, dude, Ricky's going to get smacked. He's not physical. Sky Moore is. I'm just saying. Like, Ricky's looking to not get hit. Sky Moore's delivering blows when he's running the ball. I love Sky Moore.
I know.
I wish Kyle would just reward people and react to what happens in real life. Kyle acts like he's foreseeing the future, and he's never going to react to what's in front of him. Like, okay, like Sky Moore's playing well. I knew he was going to do that on special teams, but I'm not going to play him on offense because I signed Demarcus Robinson, and he's going to be good eventually. I know it.
But Grant, there was that one.
Kyle's always had some pride things, right? With the way he goes, like that's his biggest downfall. Great coach who's incredibly prideful and refuses to make adjustments. But I have seen him, like Brian Robinson, he used more than previous weeks last week. He just didn't get many yards per carry. So I do think that gives me hope that like he can switch up the schemes a little bit against better teams. Like he didn't have
Maybe
to
he's saving this for the playoffs.
Yeah,
but once you're in like a do or die situation, you better not leave any bullets in the gun. And that's a serious weapon. Sky Moore. He was one of their MVPs this year.
They were literally
Yeah.
I remember one game they used Sky Moore and he got like 2 receptions back to back, and they're both for like
Mac
10
Jones would
yards.
go to him in 2-minute drills when he could just I don't know, maybe when Kyle wasn't calling, micromanaging, telling him where to go.
Sorry, I remember when we got Sky Moore. That was when we got Sky Moore. I was like, "What are we doing?" But he's been freaking amazing. I've loved Sky Moore. He's been awesome.
Look, Lynch has done a good job with like the little things this past. Like he didn't make the big move that we probably needed to win a Super Bowl, but like Keon White's been really.
Keon White's been. I love Keon White. Has been. That guy flies over the field. I see him all the time.
He's a baller.
It's interesting because Keon White and Sky Moore are similar in the sense that they're both former second-round picks who maybe like didn't live up to expectations or had a bunch of pressure with their original team. And then you put them over here and it's like, oh, that's a second-round pick. And he's pretty good. Like he has real talent. And now that he doesn't have the pressure from his former team, like he's just a guy holding on to his career. It's like, oh, actually I belong. I'm pretty good. I think that kind of happened with Jake Moody too. There's so much pressure on you because you're the third-round pick. Then you bounce around a little bit. It's like, no, I remember how to kick a football. It's funny.
Well, not just that. I think like Grant, you have a point. Like they could be saving this stuff for the playoffs. Like remember Conley? They didn't use him like almost all year, and then he got like a ton of like designed plays for him in the playoffs and big games. Like maybe that's the thinking with Kendrick Bourne, Sky Moore, and Jordan Watkins.
Bourne, Sky Moore, Jake Tondres. Those are 3 legit weapons that you should be using. If you're not scoring 30 points per game, don't tell me why you can't get those guys involved and why you got to force feed Jawan Jennings 7 times.
They should so he can force feed Jawan Jennings. Everything opens up if you just use the tight end. Just use Kittle. Just throw to him 10 times and throw to Tondres 5 times, and everything else will open up. But no, they want to do these dumbass like out routes to Jennings for 10 yards or 5 yards. Like, why is Jennings?
Or they want to give the ball to Christian McCaffrey 30 times. Speaking of Christian McCaffrey, look, God love him for doing what he's doing this year at his age. He's the Iron Man of the season, league wide. If that's were an award, I'd vote for him. Where does that leave him and the team next year? Like, what do you expect from him? What do you expect from the running back position? Do the Niners just do the same thing next year, or do they need to bring in like someone else?
There's no way. I love
beyond this year. Humor me.
I love Christian McCaffrey, but there's no way he's going to be able to do this next year and the years on. There's no way. But you say bring in another guy. We could bring in another guy, but that guy's not even going to play. So until Christian McCaffrey is either injured or retired, he's the running back we're using.
I mean, they made Elijah Mitchell look like a Pro Bowler.
Exactly.
So I mean, like, obviously their line was a bit better. Trent was still in his prime. Like they had guys were better. Their line was better at the time. But
there's also 30 years of history and evidence that this outside zone scheme with Bobby Turner can turn late round picks or undrafted free agents into Pro Bowlers. They've done it so many times.
With it. Yeah. So B-Rob will be fine. B-Rob's going to be the starter all of next year. I mean, there's no way at this going rate. And I know Christian probably does better than anybody in the league at taking care of his body and trying to put it in the because he's taken so many hits. Every running back in history that has had 400 plus touches the next year doesn't play more than 11, 12 games.
Including Christian.
Yeah. A few years ago. Saquon this year. Horrible year. Lost burst. Why? Well, he had 400 plus touches last year. That's what happened to Christian a few years ago. And so, I would really next year just simply use Christian as a wide receiver and see if he can stay healthy. I wouldn't even have him be a running back next year at all, unless it's a designed slip screen or something like that. I just run B-Rob the whole year.
I don't even know if B-Rob's good enough. I feel like running back is one of their bigger needs, but so is wide receiver. So is left guard.
James. They literally drafted Jordan James because he is a tough running back that can run through tackles.
Yeah, it's hard to draft another running back before you give Jordan James a carry. Don't you want to know what he can do?
Guerrero has a fumbling problem, but he's a 4-3-1 guy. If you want speed, if you want something that a guy that can break big, why don't they play him? He'll never play again. Him and Cowan are sent to the shadow realm. They'll never see the field again.
Yeah, they're stuck into some weird roster politics. They paid McCaffrey. They traded for Brian Robinson. They have to play both of them. Neither one's really scaring anyone. And now you just don't use 2 young running backs that you spent pretty. I mean, you traded up for Garendo.
I want to see Jordan James, man.
You traded Debo for Jordan James.
Garendo was a solid pick at the time. I mean, he's a 4.31 guy. If they just look, if blocking
averaged 5 yards a carry as a rookie and got put on ice as a, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I know he has a fumbling issue and like pass pro maybe a little bit of a problem, but why can't you utilize him and like give him 5 carries a game and see what he can do with it, you know?
Or just see what Jordan James looks like. Like no one, Grant, you're the only person that has like, and reporter wise have seen Jordan James at least run with the ball. That's it.
And it's like, if you are averaging 3.5 yards per carry, which is what they're averaging, and you're 31st in the league in that statistic, which is what they are, most coaches would say, all right, man, let's just try other things because we have nothing to lose. It can't get worse. And if we keep doing the same thing and expect different results, that's the definition of insanity. So let's try Isaac Garendo. Let's give Jordan James a few carries because, again, it couldn't get worse. But no, the Niners don't do stuff like that. And they'll just keep gaslighting themselves and being like, it's not Christian's fault. It's not Christian's fault. Actually, our running game is better. If you look at EPA per play times 3 multiplied by 7, it's a really good running game. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they always gaslight us and them. And I don't get it.
I mean, it's obvious that Christian McCaffrey is still very good at change of direction and still very good at catching the football. But his downhill running has taken a huge thing. He's never been he's a Hall of Famer, right? Like, you could argue he's top 5 to 10 running back all time just in terms of what he can do. But like, he's not a huge guy, right? And they're running this guy up the tackles like 25 times. Thank God he's been able to stay healthy his entire, not his entire, obviously got hurt, but this year specifically.
I don't know how he's staying healthy. Like last year,
it's very simple to me. I know Grant asked him the question a few weeks ago. Play receiver, dude. You're a top 10 Pro Bowler receiver if you're just a receiver next year. And then you save it. You don't have to have him running through the tackles.
You play longer. Receivers make more money. Like, it might be a good career move
for him. I mean, he's already Hall of Famer.
At running back. Next year could be your last year if you stay running back. If you play wide receiver, you could be freaking Wes Welker until you're 35. Run those little choice routes.
You saw Kittle's answer about McCaffrey. Like, if Derrick Henry does it, like Derrick Henry is 6'4", 270.
Yeah,
exactly.
What are you
talking about?
Also, Derrick Henry's on my fantasy team. He's not having a great year this year.
No, because he's old.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what the Niners.
Because he's old.
The Niners should have.
And he had a shit ton of touches last year.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Josh Jacobs, same freaking thing. Josh Jacobs got bazillion touches last year. This year he's averaging like 3 yards a carry.
Exactly. You know? That's why the Niners drafted Cam Scatterbo.
Like, that's just how it goes. Like, that's life.
I mean, they should have. If they had taken Cam Scatterbo instead of Nick Martin, that would have been a good pick. And if they take a running back in round 3 next year, or even in round 2, they could justify it. They just got to get it right.
But the thing is, will they play them?
They would have been the Lakers of the NFL. Like, they would have had those like memes of like the three white running backs and all that stuff that you see on Twitter.
Funny. Enough of that for the Niners.
Back.
He is, though, all day, every day. And he's a Northern California guy. All day, every day. Kim says Kyle's real deal screwed Brock, gave no wiggle room. Kyle's real deal. Okay. Dazza says, couldn't Mac have put up similar, better performances against Cards or Browns? I don't hold my breath every time Mac throws. I guess we'll never know.
I wasn't holding my.
The best thing that Brock did against Cleveland was not throw a pick, throw the ball away. People were so happy that he threw the ball away.
I do think Brock sacked a few more times because Brock used his legs to extend a few plays.
Was it just me, or did Brock's passes look faster again? I don't know if it's my eyes that I'm tripping. I feel like every game they're getting a little bit more zip on them. Like that touchdown pass to Jawan Jennings. I feel like Brock Purdy in the Panthers game, that would have been intercepted. That would have been intercepted.
He's a quarterback. He's just not worth $53 million a year. That's the argument. Like, above average quarterback.
Cleveland, I feel like Mac Jones could have gotten sacked 10 times and still won by 10. I mean, Cleveland was so intent on losing that game. When they went for it, they were up by 1. They gave up the field goal in 30 seconds. Okay, fine, it happens. You get the ball to start the second half. You go for it from your own 30-something. All right, fine, YOLO, your team's already out of it. You get the play in late. You rush to the line of scrimmage. You have the rookie tight end trying to snap the ball quickly. Man, just call a timeout. Don't fucking do that. Or just give up. Because I felt like at that moment when it didn't go that, it's like, all right, well, we fucked up. Sorry, game's over.
Yeah, they gave up. They gave up.
That was the moment. Yeah. And then Jawan Jennings rubbed their face in it. This is not nice, Juwan. You gotta be nicer. I didn't like what Juwan Jennings did at first. I was like, man, this is so unprofessional. But then when Shelby kept talking, I'm like, you just sound like a Cleveland Brown.
Yeah.
You just sound like a whining loser right now. Like, you could have hit him and you didn't. So you did this. All right. It's Prize Pick time. Now, Prize Picks has new features that I didn't even know. They didn't even tell me. They should have told me. But now you can like pick on games, not just players. So why don't we give it a shot? I mean, isn't that kind of cool? Like, where are the Niners at from front to back?
So you can just pick who's going to win the game?
I think so.
That's sick.
Not finding the Niners. Here they are. Tennessee and Niners. Niners. If we get them, we get 1.11 times what we put down. Tennessee. There's no way Tennessee's winning this game. And I guess you just pick it's easy.
Give me the Titans.
Lost that game, they should give up the rest of the season. I'm not kidding. Like, if you lose
to verify my identity to pick. Okay, I'll do that later. I'm not going to do that on the screen. So I guess we'll go to players for now.
And won't let you.
Man, Prize Picks is always changing, man. It's crazy. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's get Niners.
Niners. I think the Titans are going to win. I think it's going to be a Cam Ward legacy game.
They're they beat the Browns this week, so they lay down against the Niners next week.
Dude, if
they don't have it, it's next week.
Yeah, it is.
I'm confused. Oh, okay, so it's next week. All right. Oh well, that's not fair. That's not fun.
Popular.
All right, let's just do the popular picks then. Patrick Mahomes against Houston, 236.5 passing yards, more or less for Mahomes.
Less.
Texans defense too good.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Josh Allen, 234.5 passing yards against Cincinnati, more or less.
Higher.
More.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cincinnati's 32nd against
Joe Burrow, 253.5 against Buffalo, more or less.
That's a tough one. I'd stay away from that because Buffalo is the third-ranked pass defense, but like it could be a shootout.
And it could be snowing.
Yeah, I don't know. I would stay away.
You never know. Daniel Jones, passing yards, 233.5. Who's he facing? Jacksonville.
He should go over. Jacksonville's first against the run. I think 26th against the pass.
How do you just know that off the top of your head?
Yeah.
Memorized it from.
I was just going to ask that. How do you know that?
Let me look right now. Let me confirm.
Okay.
What did I say? 26? They're 23rd.
218.5 against the Saints. That team is banged up. What do you think?
More.
Yeah, more, right? Like Luka's bound to have like a big game at some point. Like they're bound to just smack them.
All right. Let's stick with that. Those are our picks. We're going to go the 4 quarterbacks for this weekend. Flex it. Submit it. Download Prize Picks yourself. Use promo code COHN. Play $5. Get $50 instantly in lineups when you use my promo code. All right. Well, I'm out of super chats. I'm out of things to talk about. Niners haven't had any like wide receiver drama in about 3 or 4 days.
It's been great.
So, yeah.
It's been great. Life is awesome.
Won 3 games in a row. They're going to win the Super Bowl, guys.
Well, let me ask you this before because I feel like this is an important topic. I feel like
here we go. Bonus topic.
I feel like a lot of the shows on ESPN and Fox just don't talk about the 49ers. Like they're not a threat. But like if you talk to any player or scout, the one team they don't want to play in the playoffs is the 49ers because they know it's going to be a physical football game. It's going to be ugly and it's going to probably like be a pick 'em, whoever they play, simply because they can be in every game because of Kittle, McCaffrey, and the offense, right? So like I wanted to ask you, like, why do you think everyone's just automatically in a wide open year? Like, oh, it's Rams, Seahawks. Well, when have the Seahawks beaten the 49ers? Beat them like once in the last 6 years. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about there? Like Seattle? Sam Darnold's not going to the Super Bowl, bro. Like, I don't know. To me, it's just a wide open thing. I wanted to hear your
It feels like when Bosa and Warner went down, a lot of people just stopped paying attention to the Niners or taking it seriously.
Which is unfair. The defense has played great the last few weeks.
It has.
Curtis Robinson's been incredible to the point where Bethune does he even get his job back? Like,
yes. I love Tatum Bethune. He's going to get his job back.
How can you take Robinson off the field, bro?
Play them both. Why not?
Maybe
take D Winters off and put Curtis Robinson and Tatum Bethune.
I don't care about the passer rating the last few weeks. I like D Winters. He hits hard, plays the
Grant
game.
Does not. This is a good topic. Grant says D Winters is quote unquote not good.
He's okay.
He's a hard hit
He's
merchant.
hard when he's in the right, when he's like when he knows where the ball is. He can get fooled a little bit, I feel like, in coverage, play action.
But it is his first year starting, so I think we got to cut D-Winner some slack.
Am I tripping? Was he the guy who had the 146 passer rating once Greenlaw went out in the Super Bowl? That was the D-Winners, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Was it?
Was he on the team?
Might have been Oren Burks. It might have been Oren Burks.
It was Oren Burks.
Oh, it was Oren Burks because then he went to, you're right, because he went to Philadelphia and won the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah.
He played like incredible.
Every Niner fan blamed him for the loss. And then he
he was horrible. He was horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he had just
given I could see why teams would be kind of afraid to face the Niners because no one can cover McCaffrey out of the backfield. No one can cover Kittle. Purdy is elusive and tough to sack. Kyle can be as good as anyone when he's on. Same with Salah. So yeah, it's a tough matchup. And like,
I think
the Niners, you're probably not going to beat them by a lot.
No, I think the Niners are a dark horse
game. I think they'll win the first game.
I think the Niners are a dark horse team. Like, I think the favorites are the Rams and the Seahawks just because they are more healthier than the Niners. But those two teams, no one in the NFC wants to see the Niners. No one's gonna be like, yes, we get the Niners. Let's go. No one's gonna say that because this is a team that could.
Darnold gonna dice up the Niners the way that Stafford did that one time.
I think the Niners will win that game.
Especially Darnold in big games, this guy is terrible. He's not good at all.
He's bad. He's bad. I think another point is that like Kyle, if you look at who he's lost to in the playoffs, he's only lost to 3 coaches: Sean McVay once, Nick Sirianni, and then Andy Reid. Like as the Niners, he's been to the NFC title game every single time he's made the playoffs. He's never lost in the divisional or wild card round. That's so true. Like that's another thing. He can outcoach anybody except those 3 coaches, right? Like,
yeah,
that's that. Like Matt LaFleur.
We'll see how he does against Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's balling.
He is. Matt LaFleur and the Packers are having nightmares about the possibility of playing the 49ers.
Matt LaFleur is such a lightweight.
He's such a bad coach, dude. He gets all this credit. He's just not a good coach. I don't get it. Like
what do you have against Matt LaFleur?
What do I have against Matt LaFleur?
What do you not like about his operation?
He's never made it to the he made it to the NFC title game with Aaron Rodgers and they lost, right? Obviously, Raheem Mostert that was his first or second year coaching.
Yep.
He had by far the best team in the NFC. In my opinion, they were a better team than the Rams and lost to a Jimmy Garoppolo led 49ers at home in the snow. He's just a joker. He's a regular season good coach. I think he implements defense very well. I think he can call basic plays at a decently high level. But anytime he plays a coach or a team that's better than him, he loses like every single time. So don't be shocked if Ben Johnson, even without Rome, because I do think Ben Johnson's already a better coach than Matt LaFleur. Like, don't be shocked if the Bears win that game, even without Rome Odunze. Like,
Agree.
Matt LaFleur gets outcoached all the time.
Agree.
Love has played well recently. That saved his ass. He should have lost a few of those games. He got lucky.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think Love's good.
I don't know. I mean, he's just Mike McCarthy, dude. They're like the same guy. They're fine. They're solid.
How many teams could light up the Niners the way that the Rams did in the NFC?
Just
could the Eagles do it? I mean, their offense seems so broken with that new offensive coordinator. I don't think they can do that.
No. The issue
I don't know
would
that
be
the Seahawks
Jalen Hurts use his legs.
Yes.
That would hurt them because if they can't get pressure
true.
and he has time, the receivers will be open. And if you stop it downfield, he'll just run for like 20 yards against them.
See, that's why I think the Bears are going to be tough for the Niners because Caleb Williams can do all of that and extend plays, and they don't contain quarterbacks that well. And even if he's completing 50% of his passes, there's going to be some big plays involved.
Yeah.
Theoretically, he still kind of throws it straight to the defense sometimes. And I love Caleb as a USC guy, but like, it's all about can Lenore catch it if it's thrown right to him,
Yeah.
Like
and he paints his nails and he drinks matcha. So
dude, look, people need to stop that. If you were winning me football games, I don't give a damn what you do. Win me football games. Don't judge I judge winning.
Can you explain to me real quick why UCLA sucks now because of NIL? Like when I went to UCLA, it was a prestigious school. People wanted to go there and play sports. Now it's like we're Cal South. It sucks.
Well,
this guy Brandon knows so much about everything.
They had a home run hire. JMU coach was a great hire. I'm shocked he went to UCLA. And the reason I say that isn't because UCLA is so bad. It's because 1, they're a basketball school. They're going to spend most of their NIL on basketball. 2, USC's recruiting in their backyard and have more NIL resources. It's a private university. UC, it's part of the UC system. Just not going to have as much NIL money. They're in debt already with their NIL, I believe. They have to pay off Chip Kelly still. Yeah, I believe so.
Fucking Chip Kelly, man. Oh my God. It's his fault. It's our fault.
I talked to a few players that are content creators now that played for Chip Kelly, and they were like, he was so uninterested in coaching and recruiting. Like, he just was chilling in Manhattan Beach all the time.
He's just been taking people's money for decades.
Oh. I think if I lived in California, I think I'd go to USC. Go Trojans, baby.
It's in a bad area now, but like on campus, it's like Beverly Hills on campus, and you step off and it's the hood. So like, it's like, that's kind of,
or USC?
Just stay on campus. Yeah, just stay on campus. Yeah. The thing is, when USC was built, like that wasn't a bad area back in the day. Like,
yeah, but the thing about UCLA is like, okay, it's a nice neighborhood. Westwood's hella nice, but it's like, as a student, I can't afford anything in the neighborhood. And like over there's Bel Air, and like they'll tase me if I walk over there. So I don't really know what this is doing for me. You
guys are so lucky you live in California. Like, actually, it's so weird that people actually live there. Like, it's you guys.
Well, I'm considering moving to Edmonton. I might get a vacation house in Edmonton just for the winters when I want to be -7.
Yeah, Grant, quit your job and move. Come on, let's go.
The problem with California in a lot of these big cities is, first of all, everything's freaking expensive. Like everything, coffee's expensive, way more expensive. You get a random food.
Coffee here is like $2.
Dude, here it's like you're lucky if a small is $10.
Water's expensive.
Yeah, and the taxes. You pay a ton of taxes in California. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully,
but you get to live in California.
Yes, that is a positive. California is beautiful still. It's incredibly beautiful, great weather. Like, you can't beat it. So that's why I'm still here. But yeah,
I played golf this morning. Maj couldn't even be in the simulator.
It's snowing right now, so yeah, I could not go outside and play golf.
Snowing. Hopefully, Brock Purdy doesn't have to play there in Edmonton tomorrow.
No, imagine that. Oh my God, they should do that. They should do that. Canadian games. They should come to Edmonton.
What is that notion? Didn't Brock play at Iowa State? Why is he bad in the cold?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Played at Iowa State, dude. It's cold there half the year. Like, what are we doing?
Was he good at Iowa State? He was the last pick in the draft. I don't know.
He was good. He was good. It was just he fell because he fell because he still had that turnover problem in college where he would throw for like 470 yards but take risks, and he was 6 foot and had a bad arm. Like, that's why.
Yeah. Well, at least none of that carried over to the NFL. Guys, great show. Thanks for watching. Let's go enjoy this bye week and get ready for this win over the Titans. Good stuff, everyone.